Hello class, welcome to another lesson. Today's learning goal is I can simplify rational algebraic expressions that have a binomial inside the numerator. Remember back to the different types of real numbers. Rational numbers are numbers that can be represented by a fraction. Okay? So here we're going to be using fractions and simplifying algebraic expressions. Here we have an example of this. This is a rational expression and uses fractions. And there's binomials in each one of these numerators. Okay? Our goal is to simplify this, and the way we simplify this is making this into one fraction. And we do this in a very similar way to how we would simplify an expression with normal fractions. We find common denominators and then combine the two fractions. So, we have denominators of 3 and 2. So we're going to try to get a denominator of 6 for both of these. So right here, we're going to multiply this one by 3 over 3. And we're going to multiply this one by 2 over 2. What we get at that point is one fraction with 6 in the denominator. And when we multiply the first binomial, what we have to do is write it as if it was multiplying the binomial by 2. We have a plus sign in the middle. We're going to have to multiply this binomial by 3. I highly recommend writing out this step, and you'll see why in a moment. So, when we do that, we distribute. 2 times 4 is 8, so we get 8x plus 2. We get 3x minus 3. All over 6. Once we do that, we combine like terms. 8 plus 3 is 11. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. All over 6. Okay. This one was a little bit easier than some of the ones we'll uncover because it's easier to do it with addition than subtraction. So let's try one with subtraction. Here we have two fractions again. The common denominator we're going to get is 15 between 5 and 3, which means we need to multiply this one by 3 over 3. We need to multiply this one by 5 over 5. And so we get one fraction with 15 in the denominator. At 3x plus 1, we have a minus sign, which means that we're not just multiplying this by 5. We're multiplying it by negative 5 because we are subtracting. That's the difficult part. A lot of people forget this part when we're doing subtraction of the fractions. That's why I recommend you write this step out completely, where it's a 15 with the two binomials before it's distributed. So 2x minus 1. When we do that, we distribute. This is 3x plus 3. We're distributing a negative 5, so we get minus 10x, or negative 10x. And negative 5 times negative 1 is plus 5 over 15. Then we have our final step. We combine like terms in the numerator. 3 minus 10x, or 3 plus negative 10x, is negative 7x. 3 plus 5 is 8, all over 15. Okay. The next one right here, go ahead and try this one out on your own. Be sure to include that middle step that we talked about. Our common denominator here is going to be 12, which means we're going to multiply this by 3 over 3. Multiply this one by 2 over 2. When we do that, we get 3 times 5x plus 3 minus 2, 3x minus 2, all over 12. When we do that, we get 15x right here, 9x, 9, and we have negative 2 times 3x, which gets us negative 6x, negative 2 times negative 2, which is plus 4, all over 12. After that, we combine like terms inside the numerator. 15 minus 6 is 9x. 9 plus 4 is 13, all over 12. Okay. This is the last example that we're going to go over is when we have 3 different fractions, but the rules stay the same. We still have to get a common denominator. In this case, our common denominator is going to be 12, so we're going to be multiplying this first fraction by 3 over 3. We're going to multiply this middle fraction by 2 over 2. We're going to multiply this last fraction by 4 over 4. When we do that, we get 3x plus 12 minus, because of the minus sign right here, 2x minus 3 plus x minus 4. 3. X minus 3. All of this over our common denominator of 12. If we distribute that, we get 3x plus 6. Negative 2 times 2 is 4, so negative 4, so minus 4x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is plus 6, plus 4x minus 12, because 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. All over 12. We're going to combine like terms. And 3 minus 4 plus 4, that gets us 3x. We have 6 plus 6 minus 12, which ends up being 0, so 3x over 12. And we can actually simplify this to x over. Okay. Go ahead and try those problems out on your own.